Ready? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll call the meeting tonight to order. If I could have you all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming tonight. Next on the agenda, we have the approval of the agenda for tonight. City Administrator Evans, any changes that you see?
I have no changes this evening, Mr. Mayor.
Anybody else? If not, we need a motion to approve the agenda for tonight.
Make a motion to approve the agenda for the evening. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. All right. Next, we have 2 new full-time officers for City of LeCenter. Could I please have Chief Overton come on up, please? We have Kevin Huber and Ryan Gerke. All right. First up will be Kevin Huber, and then Ryan will follow. I'll stand off to the side if there's pictures.
Okay, do you, Kevin Huber, solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Minnesota, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of a police officer within and for the city of LeCenter, in the county of LeSewer, in the state of Minnesota, to the best of your judgment and ability, so help you God?
I will.
Congratulations. Go that way. Yeah. Do you, Ryan Gerke, solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Minnesota, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of a police officer within and for the city of LeCenter, in the county of LeSewer, in the state of Minnesota, to the best of your judgment and ability, so help you God?
I will.
Congratulations.
Leave it up.
All right. I do want to say thank you to our police officers, our LeCenter Police Department, our Chief of Police. We are now at full staff. It's the first time in a while, so keep it going, big guy. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
All right. Next, we have a public hearing. We call a public hearing to order for the implementation of body-worn cameras for the police department. This is something that we went through last month. Chief Overton, do you have anything that you want to say about this at all?
No negative feedback on social media. Everything's been positive in person and on media.
Good. Is there anybody from the public that has any comments or questions for Chief Overton or the City Council? No?
This was posted in the LeSewer County News on September 26th, and also the city's not received any phone calls on the matter or written correspondence on the matter either. So this is basically a time that anyone has any questions about it, we can answer them. Doesn't look like there is. If not, we can just need a motion to adjourn from the public hearing, and then we'll discuss this topic later on in the agenda.
All right.
I just wanted to say, can I input one thing? Thanks for getting this done, but I know you're ahead of the curve, but it's not a but. I guess it is a but. The state's going to require, correct me if I'm wrong, all communities to have body cams in the near future here.
I haven't heard that they're going to mandate it, but they're strongly pushing all police departments to have it.
Well, thanks for being ahead of the curve.
Thank you, Chief Overton. Any other questions, comments? Nothing? All right, we need a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll make a motion to close public hearing.
Second.
We got a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. All right. Consent agenda tonight. We have the approval of minutes from the regular council meeting held on September 10th, 2024. Approval of claims to be paid. Approval of hiring Ryan Gerke as a full-time police officer. And then consider resolution number 2024V appointing the election judges for the state general election on November 5th, 2024.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Public comment. If there's anybody from the public that wants to, has any petitions, requests, comments, or communications, please feel free to step up to the podium. You have 3 minutes. Please state your name and address.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Most of you know who I am. I'm Bob Emmers, running for City Council for one of the two 4-year term positions that are open. It's not a new thing for me. I was on City Council from 2011 to 2014. So been asked by a few residents if I would consider running again, and so here I am. I basically said yes, and so I look forward to returning back, and thought I'd get my name out there and face with it. And
Bob, what's your address?
it's 288 West Minnesota Street.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Bob, for running. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming up.
Good luck.
I want to thank Colin and the rest that have been on here for the council, for serving their term and doing a good job. So, thanks.
Thank you.
Bob.
All right. How are we doing?
Hey, Mayor, council members. For people that don't know me, I'm Tom Bovra from LeCenter. I'll be on the ballot as Thomas John Bovra, known as Rah-Rah. A lot of people around town know me. I've been a resident LeCenter for 32 years, lifelong resident of the Seward County area out in LeCenter. I look forward to this challenge. I'm running for a 4-year term also, and I look forward to working with everybody. Thank you very much.
Good. And Tom, an address for you?
387 North Cordova Avenue.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
Yep.
Thank you.
I want to thank both of you for coming up and speaking and noting yourself here. Appreciate it. All right, anybody else? All right, no presentations tonight, no old business. Moving on to new business, we need to approval of the body worn camera, conducted energy device, and mobile video recorders policies for the police department. Looking through this policy, is this pretty standard? It's pretty standard policy compared to everywhere else?
Yeah.
And these three policies that Chief Overend got to us, these were vetted by Attorney Jason Moran as well, and then they met his approval. So tonight you're seeing kind of the final rendition of the three policies that kind of go along and kind of coincide with the body-worn cameras for some of them.
Any questions?
All right, question, Chief. So these body cams, they go on as soon as a police officer makes a stop on an individual? Or
They
are
can
they?
be activated several different ways. You can have the device set up to activate your firearms drawn, your tasers drawn. They will activate automatically with the lights being turned on as well. And you can also, anytime the speed over 80 miles an hour is reached, they turn on.
So how does that work? I mean, me not knowing about these products, how does that product sense that?
What part?
All of it. I mean, like sense the light, sense the speed over. Sorry.
It is all run through the computer that's mounted into the squad car.
Okay.
The modem in the squad car. Our squads are all ready, set up with GPS, so our speeds are constantly being tracked. If we're on the accelerator, it's showing on the camera. If we're on the brakes, it's showing on the camera. And also outfitted with GPS for location, not just speed. So you can go in and you can set your permissions. So we set it at 80 miles an hour. Anything over 80, all cameras come on. And then they'll have to be manually shut off after any activation. There's devices that can be mounted on our holsters, our tasers, that as soon as that particular item is taken off our belt, it'll activate the cameras. And another option would be like just manually turning them on. If I see somebody walking down the street and I want to make contact with them, I can automatically turn it on. Another option is if I'm on a call and one of my officers show up proximity to another camera being on, their camera will automatically turn on as well.
Okay.
How far back does it start recording from activation?
3 minutes. Yeah, there's a lot of permissions. We haven't had them all set yet, so I'm not familiar with all of them. But those are the ones that we've set now, and when they come down to set up our cars, we'll be setting up the rest of the permissions.
Okay.
But those are the major ones, the activations.
So the Taser 10s that we're going to onboarding, that activation is for those holsters that'll turn it on?
Yep.
Very cool.
We have a question from the audience here.
Chief Overs, curious, will each officer have their own camera, or will that be going from shift to shift?
Each officer will have their own
And it's
battery
back to-
life, yep.
All right, thank you.
So that way, anytime something needs to be downloaded, sent to the county attorney, or a citizen wants it, that officer, that camera is assigned to them. So it'll say Chief Obern on the bottom of mine. So on and so
Is there going to be one for part-time?
I actually have two for
Two for
part-time.
part-time, but part-time are going to share.
Yes, part-timers will share,
Yep.
and I have
Makes
a different docking system for the part-timers, so that when they check it out, they'll be mandated before the camera is active to put their name in it.
Put their name in it.
Awesome.
Good deal.
Any other questions for Chief Obern? All right. Any other questions about the policies that we have in front of us? All right, then, if there's no more questions, comments, we need a motion to approve the policies for the body worn camera, the conducted energy device, and mobile video recorders.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
And a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. All right, moving on to B under new business, approval of resolution number 2024W, a resolution to approve the purchase of Kenwood Communications equipment. This equipment is brought to us this year because the Leesburg County Sheriff's Offices indicated the transitioning to a communication network to an encrypted network. So we needed to upgrade all of our walkies, and tasers are part of that as well. Sorry. Well, it says it right here.
Should have written down on the agenda there.
4 portable radios, 4 mobile radios, and the cables that we need for it.
Yeah, tasers aren't part of that. Tasers are part of the previous discussion. This is because the dispatch center is moving a couple of our main channel to an encrypted channel. The current portable radios that the police department has are too old that they're not encryption capable. We do have a few that are encryption capable, but not all for the portables. So all full-time officers are getting a new encryption capable portable. And then the 2 that are encryption capable that we currently have are getting moved down to part-time staff. And then each squad car, the radios in the squad cars that we currently have are not encryption capable, or the base radio here and at the police department. So those are the 4 that we're having replaced there. Or excuse me, actually, I think we ended up going with the portable for
yep.
bases. So they just weren't, they're not capable. They don't have the capabilities of being encrypted, so we had to upgrade.
Okay.
They'll be in on Friday, and then Officer Huber and a tech are going to be installing them Monday. which is the day we're supposed to be going live. But the 911 supervisor for the county is going to make sure our portables are up and running. If we have to run off the portables for a couple days, it's not a big deal. But we're going to get those put in, hopefully completed on Monday.
Me not knowing technology, with the new body cameras, do these need to be, are they intertwined at all or no?
No.
Nothing? Okay. All right. Any other questions for Chief Oberon?
Yeah, just because I don't know. So an encrypted means others outside of the police circle can't listen in?
Correct.
So that happens now?
Yes. One of the big reasons for the move, the way I understand it from Sheriff Mason, is Blue Earth County, Rice County, our surrounding areas are all going to encrypted. And being we're surrounded by them, if they would have an incident that comes into Lee Sewer County, we would not be able to have direct contact with them without having these encrypted radios.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Any other questions for Chief Oberon? If not, any other questions at all about the product? No? All right. If not, I'd take a motion to approve resolution number 2024W.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 2024W.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. All right. And don't go anywhere too quick, because next one might have to do with you as well. Number C under new business is approval of resolution number 2024X, a resolution to approve the purchase of a 2025 Durango Pursuit vehicle. This is something that we do every about 3 years, is get a new vehicle. You put a lot of hours on it, and even just hours idle are harder on those vehicles than driving. And one of them I know has been acting up a little bit, so we need to make sure we get that approved or replaced. With the prices in here, does that price also include the outfitting of it?
No.
No, it doesn't. Okay, I couldn't remember if that was part of it or not. Does anybody have any other questions for Chief Oberon about this resolution?
The resolution before you does call out the outfitting cost of approximately $18,900, and that's kind of right in there. So that's kind of a good benchmark for what we believe it will be to get done.
What are you looking at a timeline for the vehicle?
I just emailed them yesterday, I got a response. I believe they said the 7th of November it's arriving in Minnesota at a dealer north of the cities, and when it lands in New Prague is anybody's guess.
Gotcha.
That's still better than what Ford was doing.
Yeah, Ford was 6 to 8 months out. I would have liked to gone with the Ford for the simple fact of the equipment switchovers. We could have possibly reused some of this stuff, but we're reusing what we can.
Gotcha. And the other vehicle,
The one I currently drive, the black one, is going to be stripped out, and then I'm assuming sold on bid or something. Sure, I can probably speak to that.
Okay.
So.
All right. Any other questions for Chief Oberon? No? All right. If not, we need a motion to approve resolution number 2024X.
I'll make a motion to approve 2024X.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. All right, letter D, we need approval of a resolution. I'm going to go back to that. I just want to make sure that we all understand too, those monies are in our capital improvement fund to purchase those items that we've approved yet tonight. So it is coming out of that, and that it's been set aside for those products. Letter D, under new business, approval of resolution number 2024Y. A resolution to approve the purchase of a 2025 Silverado 1500 four-wheel drive work vehicle for the city maintenance department. City Superintendent Steinborn has been graciously driving a truck around that's been falling apart and rusting away. And again, these funds are in our capital improvement fund to pay for this vehicle as well. So, does anybody have any questions for City Superintendent Steinberg? No questions? What color?
White.
White? White?
Yeah.
All right. How long will we take to get this vehicle?
4 months.
3 to 4 months?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Any other questions? All right. If there's no questions or comments, we need a motion to approve resolution number 2024Y.
I make a motion to approve resolution number 2024Y.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. All right. We need to move on to letter E under new business, approval of resolution number 2024Z, a resolution authorizing the transfer of non-increment proceeds from the TIF 7 Royal Americans Food Fund to the general fund. City Administrator Evans, could you go into a little more detail?
Yeah, I can go into a little bit more detail. Basically, this was a TIF that was established quite a long time ago in the benefits of Royal American Foods. The TIF was since decommissioned back in 2011, and you can see on the memo behind this resolution from our financial advisors through Ellers that they basically indicated that we should do a transfer out back in 2011. For some reason, that transfer was not done. So basically, we've been just kind of holding it on the books as a TIF 7 in our financial statements. And some of you might remember that when we go through our annual audits, you'll see that TIF 7 in a special revenue fund, but it's really not a TIF district anymore because it's decommissioned, but it still has those sale proceeds, lease proceeds, and interest revenue sitting in that fund. It just needs to be transferred out to a more appropriate reason because it's not a TIF anymore. So Eller's recommendation back in 2011 was to transfer those funds out. And then my suggestion is to put them in the general fund just for a place to put them, and then we can kind of close out that recommendation. So in essence, this is just kind of shoring up some old financials so we can get that kind of off our audited financial statements and get rid of the last kind of remaining remnants of that TIF district. So that's what that is.
There's no other benefit but just getting it off the books and...
Basically, it's just proceed sales, and a lot of times when TIF districts get decommissioned, we just dealt with it with TIF 9 with that Country Neighbors one, if the council remembers that, and basically there's just proceeds left over, and it's quite common that you will have a revenue in that fund and that you will need to do something with it at the end, similar to sometimes bond proceed sales and that nature. So that was why it was our recommendation from our finance folks to do something with that.
Any other questions for City Administrator Evans? No questions. If there's no other questions, we need a motion to approve resolution number 2024Z.
I make a motion to approve resolution number 2024Z.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, next we have a memorandum of understanding. We need approval of this memorandum of understanding between the city and Construction and Tree Service LLC. This is the memo just stating, in fact, of the tree services out of lease sewer that we are going to utilize to help get rid of our chipped wood and our branches, and where we are going to go place them. In here it states that we will be the entity taking it over there to them. They won't be used to come and get it. We'll take it over to them, and yeah, this is our best option that we thought last week.
Yeah, and this is just putting it into an MOU of conversations that we had last month about bringing that over there. So Attorney Moran suggested that we went this route. This has been sent over to the owner, Matt Dorr, and he has approved this as it's written for you tonight. So we're just seeking approval on it.
Any other questions? Your staff is all good with it too?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
It's got over already.
And then we need a motion to approve the memorandum of understanding between the City of Lee Center and Construction and Tree Services LLC.
I'll make a motion to approve the memorandum of understanding.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Same sign. All right, next, under new business, we have a letter of recognition of the police department for passing a post-board compliance review. In here, in this letter, I'm just going to read the letter out loud here. The Minnesota Board of Peace Officer Standards and Training, Post Board, is the occupational regulatory agency charged with the vital responsibility of maintaining selection, education, and licensing standards for over 400 Minnesota law enforcement agencies that employ over 10,500 peace officers across our state. While the Post Board performs many functions, a significant portion of its responsibility is dedicated to conducting compliance reviews of Minnesota law enforcement agencies to ensure they are meeting legislatively mandated training and department policies on use of force, firearms training, emergency vehicle operation, and pursuit driving training and mandated departmental policies. On July 30th, 2024, a post-board standards coordinator conducted a review at the Lee Center PD. After a comprehensive review of the records concerning mandated employee training and department policies, I am pleased to inform you that your police department passed the review. Ensuring all law enforcement agencies around the state are in compliance plays a pivotal role in maintaining the high level of professionalism we have enjoyed in Minnesota for many years, and that professionalism translate into quality law enforcement services for the citizens of Minnesota. As Mayor Lee Center, I want to say thank you to our police department. This does not surprise me. You guys have done, your department have done an amazing job with what you do in this community and help support all aspects of safety in this community. You're always shown in the community, you're always meeting with people, and you've had people meet in some of your staff in the schools as well, which is great to see, and see them out in many facets. Thank you so much for the quality work that your department does. Thank you.
Thank you. And I just did want to put this in there too, because anybody who's gotten an audit from the post board, it's not a very fun thing to go through, and it's very stressful. And having Mitch take on the position in late in 2023, he had to kind of do a little bit of wiggling with the post board to kind of get things shored up to where they needed to be. So I do want to commend Mitch and his efforts on getting that and making sure that we did pass and making sure everything was copacetic on our end. So appreciate the hard work, and I know it was a pretty stressful time coming on board and you having to go through this. So.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to the reports of departments and organizations. Planning and zoning, Corey Block.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I've got nothing for you tonight unless you have any questions for me.
Any questions for Mr. Block? No questions? All right. Thank you, Corey. Liquor store report, Ms. Bickla.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, Mr. Evans.
Good evening.
Our September sales were $91,091.12. Our August gambling was $6,072. Our September CNN sales were $454.58. Our revenue sources for September 2024 are below. As you can see, I also highlighted that our revenue over expenses for the month of September 2024 were $23,201.38. In September, we catered to the St. Mary's Church Festival. We had Vikings parties, and we had live music by Mike Poot. October, we were open this past Sunday already at 8 a.m. for the Vikings game. We had brunch, we had karaoke in the evening, and that went really well also. Dart League is starting up today. We have 3 teams. We have a new pool table at CNN brought us. Coming up on Friday, October 18th, we have live music by Luke Richards. October 19th, a Saturday, we have a Pfeffer tournament. And we have a Halloween bash with DJ Rich Kern and costume contest on October 26th, I believe that is. And then we have a hot dish contest on Sunday, October 27th. So lots of things coming into these winter months here. Any questions or comments?
I just want to say thank you for keep doing the great job you're doing.
Thank you.
Any other
Appreciate
questions?
it.
Awesome.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ripa.
All right.
All right, moving on to police report, Chief Over.
Good evening.
Evening, John.
176 calls for service for the month of September, patrolled 1,779 miles. We're still down that 22%. We've been running on par with that all year long, so that's from 2023. And that's really about it. You've covered everything else tonight I wanted to talk about.
Everything going well up at the new?
Yeah, it's great.
Good.
Yep, good.
Your internet's up and running then, huh?
Yep.
Awesome.
All right. Any other questions for Chief Over?
One question, Chief Over. Is there times, like during the day, if someone wanted to come up to the new police department, a lot of people that I talk to, they don't know exactly where it is, that might not have, can they come up there? Is there someone there during the day all the time or not?
If there is, it's me.
Okay.
But on the door, it gives directions what to do. If they do come up and officer's not there, we'll be happy to meet them there. They can see what it's about. They can't really see much of it because of all the data privacy. But yeah, it's working well so far. I think the walk-ins down here have cut down a little bit, haven't they?
Yeah, quite a bit.
We're getting quite a few walk-ins up there.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right, thank you
so much, Chief. Public Works report. City Superintendent.
Good evening, Council and Mayor.
Good evening.
We finished up doing our sewer line, main line jetting the last couple weeks ago. We finished that up. Tony and Aaron did that. We have to do about a third of the town every year. So we got that done. We've been busy cleaning up that brush pile we talked about. The chips, we're getting that pretty well down to where there isn't a whole lot left. And we've been busy helping out at West Park with the improvements, with the sidewalks and all that, dugouts and all that. We ripped out all the concrete dugouts and all that, so getting things ready for that.
Looking good. It's looking good. Are there signs? Have we moved where they can drop off the wood yet?
Not yet.
The logs? No, we have not.
No, we got to get that
All right.
spot.
I just
Yep.
saw someone up there today dropping off, and I didn't know for sure if we've done that yet. So.
Are you and your staff going to try to get that done this year yet for a goal?
We'll try.
We're getting,
Yes, we're getting down there, but
Yep.
we've been pretty busy, so we're trying to
absolutely.
get everything done, so.
And for the knowledge of the jetter clean stuff that you do,
Yep.
what does that do?
Physically cleans the main sewer lines in the middle of the street.
Okay.
So we run it's a big jetting line with water and pressure. It goes up and down the lines, and we bring back whatever debris that is left in there, and we suck that out.
Okay.
So we're making sure that our lines flow like they should.
Gotcha.
And the MPCA kind of, well, I don't want to say requires it, but they like it if we do it through the town
Okay.
annually, so.
Awesome.
And then did you want to update the council on any electronic means that you may be using to
Yes.
catalog what you're doing and what your
Yes.
staff's doing?
We
out
just
on
got
utilities?
trained on our new GIS system. So now when we jet, we can go in and document what we've done, what we've found, if there's any issues, and we can put that all on our GIS system. So we have a record of that, so we can just print that out when it's time and send that off to the MPCA, and we'll work good for reporting and keeping track of all that instead of scribbling it onto a notebook.
Good. Good.
Yeah, so basically the system is a big asset management system for the city's underground utility and infrastructure. So it'll map water main lines, sewer main lines, water shutoffs, fire hydrants,
Yeah.
and then all the notes can get put into there on when service work was done, and then like signboard indicated that can get sent off to where it needs to get done for compliance reasons. So The training was good. I sat along with there. It's got some couple other zoning features that I think even myself and Corey are going to benefit from too. So it was a good move, and staff's really looking forward to utilizing the program. So.
Good. Good. Any other questions for Mr. Steinborn? All right.
Okay,
Thank
thanks.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Administrators report.
Well, the big ticket item I'm sure you guys saw when you came in is the Mylar tarp, the drop tarp to the right on the reception area remodel. So the safe is completely removed from there. Initial thoughts on that, it might have been a poured wall, but very soon on into the demolition, they noticed that it was just a block wall, so we did not need to cut it out. So Webb Construction Crew was able to do jackhammering on most of it. Took them about roughly 3 working days to get it out. And so the safe is completely removed, and now we're going to kind of move forward and start with the construction phase of this and putting up the walls in the offices. So I know myself and staff are excited to move forward with that. One other update that I had that we just got back is our Blue Cross Blue Shield renewal. Health insurance for our HSA plan is up about 12%, and for our gold deductible plan, that's up 17%, so higher than anticipated. Typically, the average for healthcare right now is anywhere from 7 to 8, so those are kind of where those marks were put in on a budgetary standpoint. So. Little uneasy to hear that for as far as health insurance goes on that, but you know, kind of what not much we can do. I think next year maybe we'll look at. I'll work with Darren Hunt to maybe start doing some comparables on plans and things to see if we can get that down a little bit. But that's kind of the industry we're in. You know, I just had this same conversation with workman's comp, and you know, going up 55%. So. It's not a steady pace, and unfortunately when we get hit with big ticket items like that, there's, you know, the money doesn't come out of thin air. So just wanted to report back on that. That was one of the last things that I was kind of waiting to come in from a budgetary standpoint for 2025. So.
Okay. Any questions for City Administrator Evans? All right. Lee Seward County Commissioner updates. Commissioner Preisler.
Mayor and Council, we'll keep this really pretty short. A couple of building updates. I hope that at the next meeting that you have, I can tell you we're all done because we should be by then. Right now, everything on the outside should be done by the end of next week. Okay, so one of the things that will come with that is that Sharon Street, which is on the south side of the Government Center, will be closed. Let's see. I believe it's all of next week. So just plan on that. So it may change parking a little bit around that general area for a week or so. And then hopefully the end of this week, we should get finished with concrete on the west side, and then pavement will go in the parking lot next week. And so it's slated to be done end of the week, and then striped kind of right away. The striping company's lined up to come in right away, so we shouldn't have to wait for that. But part of it was just, you know, you got a lot of construction companies still trying to catch up from June and the first part of July. And, you know, the plan was to have this done a little bit sooner than what it was, but everyone's kind of in the same boat. You know, thank goodness we've had some great weather the last 2 months, and it's helped quite a bit. But it just put everybody behind, you know, when we were in June, first part of July. Then the last thing is that I believe at the last meeting I talked a little bit about that we are going to redo our comprehensive land use plan and comp plan in general, and then also probably the ordinances that would fall underneath that after we're done with redoing the comp plan. We have contracted with Bolton and Mank to do that work. It's an up to contract, which basically means that if we're happy with the work that they do on the comprehensive plan, that we'll also then have them do the ordinances that would go with that. But we're not going to kind of count our chickens before we hatch there. We want to make sure that comp plan goes really well to start with. They're going to be beginning here yet this fall, and so I can't give you an exact date or time, but I know that they will be reaching out to the cities because, like I mentioned before to you, We want to make sure as we're redoing this that we are having good quality conversations back and forth with cities to understand where they're at and where they're going, to make sure that we're doing this as much as possible, in a way that's going to work for everyone. And I think I'm very confident that that will happen. It's just, we just have to make sure and do that communication. Otherwise, that's it for me. If there's any other questions that people have, I'd be happy to try and answer them.
No, it'd be good to get that project done in time.
I agree. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner Preissner. All right, moving on to other business, council reports. Does anybody here have anything that they would like to report on?
Just something from the ambulance service. There's been some change of positions in leadership, but they're still providing full service. No disruptions in service, and they've been getting lately new and past volunteers to come back to the ambulance service, so that's a great thing. Just wanted to make sure I passed that on.
That's awesome.
Yeah, great.
And they could always still use volunteers, so don't be afraid to volunteer. The ambulance
plug.
service.
Thank you, Colin. Just a little bit, last month you gave, the council gave me permission to go talk to some groups in town about funding for upgrades of parks. I've been meeting with a few of them. They've had some good questions coming from these groups. All of them have seemed like they wanted to support this. They'd like to, some of them want to see a little bit more in line of what a scope and sequence, I guess you would say, on how it would go. So it's been good conversation being had with those entities in town, those groups. So, anybody else? All right. Well, then, if there's nothing else, entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.